row. And it is all systems go as we are underway, and straight away Stevie Watts gets the break. Ricky Throckmorton also in there as well, as to as Mick Clark in the 48 car. That's the white 48, and it is the blue and white car of Stevie Watts, the other 48 car that's your race leader, out in front for this street stock feature. So Stevie Watts leads Brad McClure, and in fact Watts has opened up a bit of a gap over McClure at the moment. Ricky Throckmorton sits in position number 3, and behind him it's the 48 car, which is the car of Mick Clark. And then back behind Mick Clark you've got Darrell Atkinson, so too Dean Jenkins, and also Darren Giacometti, and behind him would be David Barry in car number 83. Meantime, Stevie Watts looks the goods at the moment as they make their way down the front straight once again. So Stevie Watts, and he sits up mid to high track and mid track through turn 1 and 2 as they go in the anti-clockwise direction. Brad McClure back in position 2. The battle's on for positions 3 and 4 between Mick Clark and also the 18 car of Ricky Throckmorton, and lurking behind them, car number 37, Darrell Atkinson. That's your top 5. Then we go back to Dean Jenkins, Darren Giacometti. Further back it's the 83 car of David Barry, then Chris Hay, and also Darren Matthews in Colac number 5. Race leader Stevie Watts heads down the back straight. He's got the first of the back markers. About to come up onto those back markers, and some of those back markers are having their own little do-si-do, and a little bit going on back there between those guys. Meantime, Stevie Watts about to try and find a way past the 14 car, and he switches to the low side underneath Jared Wilkinson. So Stevie Watts, now he's got the 29 car of Ash Fox in front of him, and he's got to work out another way to get past him, because right behind him now is Brad McClure. So McClure has closed that gap, and McClure is reading this traffic and waiting for just the wrong position or wrong spot that car might be in. Stevie Watts, meantime, switches to the low side and gets by, and so opens the gap once again over Brad McClure. Mick Clark back in position 3. Back in 4 it's Ricky Throckmorton in car number 18. Further back Darrell Atkinson in car 37. As your race leader goes by with 16 laps to go. So it is still Stevie Watts, our race leader. McClure in 2nd. Mick Clark back in 3rd. In 4th, Ricky Throckmorton from Darrell Atkinson. Then we go back to Dean Jenkins and also Darren Giacometti. Back behind Giacometti would be Chris Hay in car number 42. And again, Stevie Watts has opened up a commanding lead over Brad McClure, and Watts comes out of turn number 4 and down the main straightaway once again. This time by, it's 14 laps to go. So, in number 48 car, the car of Stevie Watts, he's got this sorted out, although he's got some back markers here that he's got to get by as he comes out onto the front straight once again. He's about to go past Darren Matthews down on the low side. Does that quite cleanly. Brad McClure sitting back in position 2, but Mick Clark starting to close on Brad McClure. So Brad McClure's got his work cut out as Mick Clark sits right there behind him in position 3. Still back in position 4, it's Ricky Throckmorton from Darrell Atkinson in car number 37. They were followed by Dean Jenkins and also Darren Giacometti. Further back behind Giacometti, it's Chris Hay in car number 42, then Darren Matthews and also Des Robinson. Race leader Stevie Watts continues, but we've got a wheel off a car, so wheel has come off the car, and I hope it doesn't hit the... did it hit the Colac Toyota Pace Chute? I'm not too sure. But car number 49, Sean Jenkins, the red line 49 car, has lost his wheel. come to a stop over on turn 4, or turn 3, I beg your pardon. All 12 laps the journey for this street stock final with Stevie Watts leading the way in wet green once again. So Stevie Watts from Brad McClure. Then back to Mick Clark. Also Ricky Throckmorton from Daryl Atkinson. And also Darren Giacometti. Oh, Brad McClure might have had a moment through turn number 4, and that's given Mick Clark the opportunity to make up some ground as they come out of turn 2 and make their way down the back straight once again. So car number 48, Stevie Watts. Oh, he's got a problem, and the fire's gone out with Stevie Watts, and that's going to bring on the yellows. Yellow, yellow, yellow. McClure from Clark, and also Throckmorton, Atkinson, Giacometti, Hay and Matthews. So Brad McClure leads Mick Clark down the back straight, this time with 10.5 laps to go. Somebody's car out there not sounding very healthy at all. Mick Clark keeping right there with Brad McClure at the moment. Has Clark got anything for Brad McClure? Ricky Throckmorton sitting in position 3. Has he got something in this closing 10 laps? I'm not too sure whether it's Chris Hayes' car, the 42 car, that's running rough. Whether it was Darren Matthews' Colac number 5 entry. As we see Brad McClure continue and staying up nice and high through turn 1 and 2. Clark desperately trying to get some car speed to find a way past Brad McClure. Now the battle's on for position 4 and 5 between Daryl Atkinson and also Darren Giacometti in car number 12. Mick Clark up on the high side of Brad McClure. They're almost side by side. They make their way down the back straight into turn 3 and 4. Have we got a new race leader? Maybe not quite yet. Yes, we have. Mick Clark is your new race leader. So Clark inherits the lead. McClure back to position 2. In position 3, it's Ricky Throckmorton. They were followed by Darren Giacometti and also Daryl Atkinson in car 37. Mick Clark comes up onto the main straightaway once again, this time by with 5 laps to go. So 5 laps remain for Mick Clark. Can Brad McClure come back at Clark from here? They come around through turn number 3 and 4 once again. Mick Clark is your race leader. Then it's McClure, Throckmorton, and still Giacometti and Atkinson having a great old battle. Oh, McClure, speaking of battles, trying to come back at Mick Clark. They come around out of turn 3 and 4. Oh, Mick Clark's had a big push. He had a really big push and washed off some speed. That's let McClure back into the lead, and Ricky Throckmorton coming through as well. So it is Brad McClure from Ricky Throckmorton. Then we go back to Mick Clark, Daryl Atkinson, Darren Giacometti. They are side by side, and Giacometti may have had a little bit of a touch, and Atkinson also having a little bit of a say there as well. But your race leader, Brad McClure, car number 24, heads down the back straight, 1.5 laps to go. He'll come around through turn 3 and 4 for the second last time. White flag is out. 1 to go for your race leader, Brad McClure. So Brad McClure comes out onto the back straight, around through turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Brad McClure takes the double checkers. in second will be Ricky Throckmorton. Daryl Atkinson home for third. Then back to Darren Giacometti and Nick Clark.